We're in week 4 of Serie A. No doubt the big game this weekend in Italy, the Milan derby. AC Milan taking on Inter. Before we look ahead to that clash, just reflecting on some interesting stuff from Conte and Sarri, who seem to be missing their time in England. This is what Conte had to say before that game against Slavia Prague, saying, "Only in Italy are we fixated on formations. I've coached in England and they don't give a damn over there. I want to see bravery and intensity. The things that we're trying to propose, the rest is all rubbish." It's not over. Only Conte. Sarri also missing his time in the UK. In Italy, we're obsessed with rotation. I played over 60 games in England last season, and there are teams that do it with 14 players. Perhaps we use up more mental energy here than physical.
Oh, they can't wait to get back.
I know.
Can't have it always. The pasta's not very good in England. But I don't mind that. No formations. Pasta's great in Italy, but always talking about formations. 14 players. None of the top boys are playing with 14 players. The one criticism of Sarri that he had at Napoli was that the players at the end of that season a couple of years ago, or whenever it was, what they ran out of steam against Juventus was that he didn't use enough of his squad. And that's for Conte. He won the league by changing formation. When you remember when Chelsea was struggling to start.
Course.
And he changed the formation and he went to a back three. But he's the only one in England. Nobody else does it.
Listen to how excited Gab is to talk. I'm so tempted just to go to Ali to annoy him. Gab.
No, I agree. I'd hit a big like button on what Craig just said. I'd also note that one of the things that Sarri was criticised for relentlessly here in England by a lot of people, including Craig, was actually because he didn't rotate, because it was the same lineup all the time and the same substitutions all the time. As for Conte, same argument. When he was here, he was moaning about how nobody in England understands tactics except for him. I think these are two managers who don't particularly like engaging with the media, except when it's on their terms. And look, they come up with these, when they're challenged on tactical formations, they come up, rather than explain themselves, in Conte's case, they come up with these kind of throwaway lines. It's the oldest trick in the book. Every manager has his own style. This is how these guys operate, and it does kind of set them up for people like Craig to go and question that a little bit, and me.
For Inter, of course, they're looking to bounce back this weekend after that disappointing home draw against Slavia Prague. Reports that there was a locker room bust-up between Lukaku and Brozovic after the game. Gab, what's the fallout been from Inter?
Well, they were really angry. And at first they said, first they denied it. Then they said, "Oh no, this is all pretty normal stuff in the locker room." I think everybody knows who the source of this was. I'm not going to go any further, but it's not difficult to figure out that the genesis was, apparently Lukaku unhappy with the fact that he only received the ball 16 times in the Slavia Prague game. Obviously, it's something that Inter want to move on from quickly. To his credit, Conte has often used situations like this to go and energize a team, to charge them up. Let's see if he can get it done in the derby. Funnily enough, about the derby, Conte said, right now, Inter's strategy is very simple. Head down and pedal, which means just basically head down and work away. And Gianpaolo, who's not somebody who normally gets into a war of words with the opposition, he said, they asked him, "So what's Milan's approach?" And I think he decided to have a little bit of needle at Conte, because he said, "Well, for us, it's head up and just go and play football." So I don't think Conte was best pleased, and we'll see how that pans out Saturday night.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.